Okay, family, it's another beautiful day, giving thanks and praises at all times. I'm going to put some clips here about my boy DeBell 1040 on some stuff that's going down. It's all about knowing, folks. I keep telling you guys, stock up on the full stuff, prepare yourself, and once you know, they really can't fuck with you. It's all about knowing. This part here, I'm not going to give you the whole video because it's too long. I give you small pieces of it, but I was sure going to watch the whole video from beginning to end. It's all about knowing. You have to know, folks. Hang on. Check it out.
Force you into an awakening period, meaning that it's going to be very uncomfortable for those who were basically indoctrinated by the illusions of lies, right? Because one thing you also got to understand, you cannot negate the fact that they built this infrastructure basically coincides with international violation rules that basically goes against the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. When we get into this publication right here by the United Nations, so it tells you that the United Nations is basically mobilizing for global governance. And this global governance is predicated upon the fact that you got Iran's president is basically preparing for a new world order system that's basically about to take place. And the reason that is because you got people, all these moguls and these CEOs, they're preparing for something that's very big. So they're preparing for a major war and they're preparing for another, pretty much another lockdown. So then when you go to this publication right here, it says the United States lawmakers plan for a possible mass casualty event, proposing for a constitutional amendment to replace members quickly and change various lines of succession in a national crisis, right? So now I'm going to get into this video because it's very important that we look at this from a meticulous level. So in this video, it's basically going to be telling you about the reality about the mobilization process of the United Nations. So I'm going to play this video. So get your notes out for this video and pay attention to everything that they basically saying. Everything that was basically propagated as a so-called conspiracy is being propagated in real time in the mass media.
And like many other issues, we're going to be deciding on November 5 what kind of a country we're going to be, and it applies to this issue as well. President Trump had withdrawn the U.S. from the WHO, and of course the Biden administration, like every other disastrous decision they made, reversed those policies when the Biden-Harris administration got in charge. Well, later this week, the UN is going to hold a, quote, summit for the future, and they're going to produce, this is right from their website, an intergovernmentally negotiated, action-oriented pact for the future with a chapter on transforming global governance. Ascending beyond the powers being sought by its subordinate agency, the WHO, the UN is seeking even broader and more powerful authority, as you will hear a lot about today. The Biden-Harris administration apparently intends to fully support.
I'm going to cut it short, folks. Hang on. I'm going to cut it short, folks. That's the whole video on YouTube. Go there. Go here to watch the whole video. Go there to watch the whole video, folks, on YouTube.
United Nations and the World Health Organization. So it's one of those things where they create a form of the fall of America. And the fall of America is propagated by the three city-states of Washington, D.C., who controls the military, the Vatican, who controls the spiritual aspect of monotheistic religion, and then you got the city of London, who controls the financial infrastructure of the better simulation of reality. So these city-states are in fact privately incorporated, which is basically an independent, autonomous system, which basically goes against the crimes, for humanity. They have their own separate laws. They have their own separate entities, and that none of these factions they pay taxes. So it's everything that you see right now is illegal. That's why everything has to go through a economic reset by way of the socio-political aspect of civics and the societal and geopolitical reset. So this is why you see, in September, this was filmed, and you got all these fences and everything, blocked off because the corporate jurisdiction of the three city-states is shut down. This is why they're trying to amplify the United Nations, right? By that's basically connected to the factors of democracy and the deep state and liberalism and things of that nature. Now, this proves my point Me and Ryan Hayes been telling you this whole time that the White House is shut down. Washington, D.C. is basically closed down. All these factions of the 3 city states is shut down. So when you look at this picture right here, this side was filmed in Atlanta at Tyler Perry Studios. The stadium in the background was the former Turner Stadium that was used by the Atlanta Braves and now is used by the Georgia State University. So what you're seeing right now, this is the fake White House at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, Georgia. Now I'm going to show you something because you can see the mobilization of all the political leaders look like they're getting ready to speak because they cannot put, these democratic ideologies in the forefront like they used to because you can't have a democracy inside of a matriarchal order that's supposed to be facilitated by a republic, which is for the people. Democracy in itself is of the jurisdiction of the United States government who controls United States citizens. So I'm going to show you. Now you got Quincy, one of P. Diddy's sons. It shows you right here in the background, it has the same monolithic structure on top of the building. It's the same building. He's in Atlanta at Tyler Perry's
Studios.
See right here in the background where my cursor is right here.
Hang on,
It's
folks.
the same. Now, hold on for a second. So now, hold on for a second. So October marks the beginning of the new fiscal year for many organizations, leading to budget relocations, layoffs, and strategic pivots. We are heading towards the historic events that will change the course of our history and country forever. And the deep state shadow governments know that there's no going back from this point because, like I said, we're going through reset. So expect them to throw everything at us. When you're talking about many different Black Swan events, all these orchestrated events that's going to be taking place within the planet in between now and 2025 and so on and so forth as we go into the year of for the agenda for 2030 with the sustainable development goals. So everything that they got to do is got to happen right now, right? During the harvest season, because they got to harvest our energy in order to facilitate that process. So, and because for them, our future is going to be their end. The chosen ones. The chosen ones must take back the planet.
You've seen
the
before.
True people of the planet. The organic ones. The organic souls who are basically going to be leading the next world, the free world, right?
That's what I keep saying. Their time is up.
To make an opportunity to remove them from this planet forever. So be prepared for anything and everything. Nothing to fear, nothing to run from. As I told you in the last video, the house of cards must fall, right? So prepare, especially during October 1st, that is going to be the precursor to the timeline shift for the ages. Now, when we get into the factions of the music industry and all these industries, not just the music industry, the political industry, the music industry, Hollywood and things of that nature, everything has to be exposed, right? So now we're going to get into the Diddy list. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's taking place. When, these parties where he's greasing everybody up with all the baby oil and things of that nature, we finna get straight to it. Now, here's a list of the Diddy party list, his invite list. These celebs below may be getting subpoenaed in the Diddy case. So you got Burna Boy, Kevin Hart, Naomi Campbell, Justin Bieber, Alicia Keys, Janelle Monáe, Dwayne Wade, Snoop Dogg, Jennifer Lopez, Shaquille O'Neal, Tracy Ellis Ross, Lizzo. You got Demi Lovato, Drake, Maluma, Usher, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, Sierra, Oprah Winfrey, Jelani Hogue, Meg Thee Stallion, Mark Wahlberg, Drea, Issa Rae, Swiss Beats, Gabrielle Union, Winnie Harlow, Diplo, French Montana, Kelly Rowland, Chris Brown, Lil Uzi Vert, Paris Goebel, Snoop Dogg, D-Nice, and Lear Cohen, who owns the great majority of, these record companies. So now I'm going to show you how all this stuff works in tandem with, everything that took place with the cyber attack when they basically got exposed to 3,000, documents and copies and videos to the dark web. So it says right here verbatim that Chris Brown, Usher, and Nicki Minaj is said to be on the tape P. Diddy sold on the dark web for $500 million. Well, we also know that Oprah Winfrey was named by Ali Carter to be one of the person who abused her and gave her to the powerful people to do so. Jaguar Wright also stated that Dwayne Wade was using his own son at these Diddy parties, basically, at his mansion. Because despite of what's going on, P. Diddy, the silence has never been so loud with these celebrities who are not speaking out for any of the people who were named as these victims in the court documents. So one thing you got to read is the Homeland Security document about the P. Diddy case, because it tells you about the politicians who went. It tells you about all these celebrities in Hollywood who went, all the rappers who were there. So now, I've told you, like I said, everything has to get exposed. So these tapes is about to come out. Because like when you read right here, it says the dark web for $500 million. And it's said to be Chris Brown, Usher, and Nicki Minaj on the tape. It was sold on the dark web for $500 million. Now when we go all the way up to the top. Now when we go all the way back up. Now it says breaking personal information of over 3,000 congressional staffers and workers DC leaked across the dark web. So you mean to tell me they ain't gonna release the tapes? You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is happening right now with divine timing, because the planet must go through a
Hang on, folks. Hang on.
a purification way of truth and exposing. Everything got to be exposed, right? So that's the Diddy list. And the reason that is, you know, you can say that all this stuff is a distraction and things of that nature, and I'm going to prove it in this video because there's a video that coincides with everything that's taking place right now. And a lot of these celebrities are in military tribunals.
Like I said, folks, if you want to watch the whole video,
I'll play this video for you.
Watch the whole video. Watch the whole video right here. You can go and watch the whole video right here, folks. I gotta go. It's too long. Too long. So, folks, I love you guys. Share the video. Subscribe. Thumbs up. Like the video. Share it and subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace out. One love. You have to know. It's all about knowing. Want to know they can't fuck with you. All right, later, folks. Later. Much love. I'm out of here. Peace out.